So this webinar is very special. It's a special edition of what we're doing here. I'll start presenting my slide and introducing you to the world, but it will be very interactive. I will welcome you to my version of Claude and ChatGPT. It's almost like welcoming you to my home, right? And I'll be sharing some real hands-on workflows. It will be a lot of demos. So everyone who has done a demo before, be loving, because demos are normally failing. So thank you for that. So let's start with why we're here. We're talking about AI for business and how to grow your business with AI. What is actually useful and what is trending, and what you might take away from this webinar. I'll talk about my journey, some useful frameworks. Then I will literally show you the tools I'm using and how I'm using it. It will be messy. So this part will be very, very messy. Just me showing you integrations, things I'm doing to simplify my business life. And then that will be beautiful slides of like how other companies, how other guys are thinking about marketing, sales, customer support, and what you can do with all this information. But first of all, why we're here. So a friend of mine and a coach, a beautiful soul, asked me this incredible question that was, how do I scale with AI? And it's a beautiful question. It was a beautiful restaurant. And I said, look, AI is like, it's like digital, right? Like, how do you scale with digital? There are so many answers. And I said, why don't I put together a webinar for you? So if you have ever done a gift for your friends, I think webinar is a really good gift. So we are here looking from the lens of Fred on AI, and I put together things that I think might be useful for Fred, but also other founders, solopreneurs on their AI journey. I'll start with my AI journey because I think AI is just so huge and everyone is approaching it so differently. So you need to understand how I approach it through my journey. But first of all, I believe AI is like fitness. It's yours, it requires consistency, and you level up one step of the time. As all images in this presentation, they are AI generated. And when AI generated this image of me, I was depressed for 2 minutes. And then I hired a PT. Because as you can see, AI was quite imaginative about how I look based on my photo avatar, based on my face. But what I see with, and why I quite often say that AI is like fitness. I have clients who come to me and say, I want a six-pack in 2 weeks. I want an agent that will orchestrate my entire marketing team. And I'm like, are you using custom GPTs? They say to me, no. And I'm like, you just can't. And it's not only capabilities and skills, but it's also your mindset can't adjust, like how to manage those assets, those agents. You need a mindset for that. And the most important question that I think everyone should be asking is, what do I bring to AI? Currently, we have skill gap, like someone is ahead, someone is behind, but it doesn't matter. It's temporary. We all will level up. For example, now you don't say on your CV, I know how to write emails in Microsoft or in Google Gmail. Like that will be obvious that you should, as a professional, know it. AI will become the same thing that everyone will know. But what do you bring to the table is unique to you. From my perspective, I do a lot of AI projects in marketing because of my marketing experience. I know how marketing is done, how good brands are built, and this is what I bring to AI. Every specialist will use AI in a more profound and deep way than a person who's not specialist in this area. Second, I was lucky to have computer science and math degree. And again, this is how AI thinks I looked when I was 16. The reality was much worse. But that mind of math and organization, structure, system thinking helps me with agent building. And if you have it, it's a beautiful asset. Then I spent 7 years as a product marketing. So I built different experiences and products and messaging. So it also helps me to say, this is the human process. How can I translate that human process to AI? How can I explain the process to AI? And one of the most beautiful things that I treasure about myself is high standards. I heard it that I have unrealistic expectation, that I'm overly demanding and even snobby. In the language of AI, it means high standards, and it's very amazing skill because I'm not satisfied with D1, I'm not satisfied with D3. I push AI to deliver the outcome that is useful for me. And and if it's not possible, I try to find another technology, but I'm not satisfied with good enough. And neither should you. Don't push the AI to deliver what is useful for you. You bring your high standards and taste, discernment. There are so many, like if you look at LinkedIn, written about taste, because I say there is no AI slope, there is a human slope, because a human said, this is a good content, we should publish. AI generated something based on what you asked. So garbage in, garbage out, it does work. I started AI with experiment. A lot of you asking me, how do you start? What is the process? In my case, I locked myself in January 2023. I locked myself for 1 month with an ambition, and I call it a personal experiment. Can I learn about AI and create a course in 1 month? For everyone who has created a course, they understand that was not a realistic expectation. But somehow I managed to produce a 1 hour, 15-minute course on Udemy. And I learned so much during that month. So that gave me a start on my AI journey. My course, by the way, became a bestseller and I have 15,000 students on it. This is another story. But that decision gave me a head start on AI. And then I felt like I was useful, but not really. And I was in my entrepreneurial journey. I launched an intimacy enhancing chocolate. That is a different story. But in 2025, I noticed that LLMs are becoming more useful, more attuned to my TOV, more up to my standards. And I was managing e-commerce. And I was like, okay, what do I hate? What is repetitive? And I built these 3 agents, customer care. Then I had news to carousel. And if you're curious, I do have case study on that one. And then I had SEO content writing workflow. So SEO generated 15,000 clicks a month. It's now a working workflow. And one of the reasons when I sold this company, the founder who bought it, it was because of this, because she was like, I want more of this. You figure it out how it works. I want to duplicate, replicate, triple effort on that. But it also taught me quite a lot. I built agents in Make. I learned about glitches and I learned about my technical limitation. And here, the best decision ever is utilizing my brother Victor, who is 24 and who just started building agents for me. And I said, darling, this is what you do for your sister. And it was a beautiful experience all summer. We built agents, we had clients. I built also AI for marketing course, started my consulting. But what I learned that although I'm very technical as a marketer, I can launch a website, I can connect tools via Zapier, I can do make automation. When you get to a high quality build, low code is a lie. You do need code. And the best experiences I have, and what I feel like I'm so grateful on this journey, is partnering with top AI engineers. The majority of my partners are CTO with 20, 25 years of experience who also do AI, and we're having so much, it's a different level of fun. And some of this fun from my CTO I'll share with you because I'm like, what is that? And after that, I work with different companies, and I realized that as a fractional CMO, when I talk about AI implementation, I get clients like that, and clients are mega excited. And I work for Vago and implemented some AI for them. And now I do training and consulting, love it. I work with Aspinall of London. I work with Oxford Online Pharmacy and some other really cool brands doing agents, doing consulting, team training, and I call it AI adoption, just getting everyone excited about AI. I think AI can be so fun and playful. And if you get the same spirit from this webinar, it will make me very happy. But let's start with the beginning. Why it's so challenging? Why we humans, we adapted, we learned so much. Why would everyone is struggling with AI? I am in that line, I struggle. And these are 4 reasons why we struggle. The first is capabilities. AI capabilities are doubling every 7 months. And by the way, I invented this framework. A lot of you guys coming from LinkedIn, so I have this framework is booming on LinkedIn. I say like AI is like Ferrari, but all of us are driving it like a scooter, or some of us just have the Ferrari in the garage and never use it. So looking at this framework, like what is important to understand that there are these capabilities, and I'll be talking about I'll be showing you some capabilities on what AI can do. It's not a Google search. You don't search. It's the basic. Like you can do so much more with AI. Then there are skills. How do you prompt? How do you context engineer? How you QA? How you make AI up to your standards? Then there are use cases. Where is your destination? What are you trying to achieve? And the mindset. I think as humans, we will get to a point when we will struggle with this mindset, because some of the advanced guys, they literally have 5-10 agents running in parallel doing different tasks. So human becomes the bottleneck, because as a human, you can't coordinate so many agents at once. So in this webinar, I'll talk about capabilities. I'll talk about a little bit about use cases, particularly everything you can use in your real life. Everyone is asking me about AI tool. Let's come back to that. There are no tools here, right? Like there are capabilities. So I'm always looking at capabilities first, rather than tools, and the use case. What are you trying to achieve? And ChatGPT, by the way, it's amazing if you tell this is what I'm trying to achieve. It is amazing at advising you different capabilities of different tools that you can use. But people are like, what tool should I use? We need to reframe it. What use case am I trying to solve? What do I want to automate in my life? And then you start, can AI assistant do it? Can productivity tool help me? Do I need automation and agent? And then go into tools. And tools, if you think, a lot of them, they are wrappers on top of the AI assistants helping with some tasks, but don't have their own LLM. They don't have their own model. They don't bring much. I mean, I love tools, right? Don't get me wrong. They are easy UI towards using what you want. But in majority of cases, your assistant can do a lot. And I hope you will see it from this presentation. And I also like coming back to Fred and her business, like how would I think if I were a business, how I think and how I consult and advise people. Think about where you can generate value. The majority of companies are struck here. Productivity. I do it. It takes me 3 hours. AI does it. It takes it 10 minutes. And then I need to check 10 minutes. I save 2 hours 40. Boom. So a lot of us are stuck here. We're just being efficient and productive with AI. And it's a beautiful first stage where you can start. The biggest benefit is when you completely redesign what you're doing by using AI. So for that, you map the process, you map what you get out of that process. For example, you are designing a LinkedIn post. How do you do it as a human? What is your process? And how you can absolutely rewrite it with AI. And example here, an example that I will be sharing with you, and this is a top 3 complaints I'm getting from people on AI. AI writes generic, boring, dry content. Yes, because AI is predictive, it's boring, it's average. What you need is you build a knowledge base of your content, of your soul, of your thought leadership. You feed it to AI, and then AI writes from it. This is how top companies are doing it. This is why they get amazing content. And then there is an innovation. How do you think outside the box? How do you create absolutely new products? For example, maybe a Fred decides to create her AI avatar, and her clients, executive coaching clients, can access her AI avatar that will answer some questions or give some care to them. Or you can write an agent that will automatically and autonomously analyze results of your SEO traffic and create more content that will generate more results, and you have an auto-publish it. By the way, this is absolutely possible. Some people do it, and auto-publishing content on LinkedIn and blogs, and this is happening. my question is always like, I still keep a human in the loop. Because mindset wise, I don't think we humans are there to embrace agents so easily into our life. And second, quality control, right? For me, what was good yesterday is not good today. I evolve as a human, and I think agent and standards to the agents needs to evolve. But if you were to look into your AI usage now, think about these three buckets. Am I just driving efficiency and saving time? That is beautiful. But then, am I operationally transforming how I do things? And that requires a lot of willpower. I think BCG, not like quoting BCG, they said that 65% of value comes from here. But majority of people and companies are stuck here. And then true innovation, it's where wow effect is coming. And AI native companies, if you think why they're so successful, I'm obsessed with them. It's because they start with innovation and then they embed AI here. They even don't need to think about productivity wins. They have no legacy. There is no legacy. They start from scratch. So it's easier for them to flip the value and start with innovation. On that front, I'll be sharing with you some of the tools. And I'll tell you how I got excited by this tool. I did quite a lot of training for founders. It's a 2-day bootcamp, AI founder, full stack bootcamp done by Amrita. So I saw what people are first of all using, but second, what people are getting very excited about. So I'll be sharing 3 tools that everyone is getting very, very excited. And I hope you will get the same level of excitement. But for that, I'm welcoming you to my desktop, to the messiness of my life. Everyone is welcome. So I'll start with first tool, that is a Wispr Flow. Wispr Flow, it's a dictation tool. So in 2026, we don't type anymore. We don't type because it's inefficient. Just let's look at my stats. I think I had another tool before, but I want to show you my stats because I'm quite impressed. So I have been using it for 6 months. I wrote 4 books. I dictated 4 books. And what is really important, I use it across 114 apps. Just to understand that Wispr Flow is on my mobile. It's on my WhatsApp. It's connected to every app. So if you're getting long WhatsApp messages from me, you know the secret. It is an incredible tool that you can use cross devices. So we can, for example, start with something as simple as writing an email. I would never write an email. The way it works, I press a function and it operates. I will say, "Hi Fred, I hope your day was great. How did you enjoy the webinar? Warm hugs, Victoria." So look at that. Beautiful formatting is perfect. It works for prompt engineering, and this is exactly what will help you with getting AI to be much more authentic, because when you type a prompt, your prompt will be very limited. But when you voice dictated prompt, it can be more authentic and it's your voice. You can even ask AI to completely use your voice in a prompt and be very distinct. For example, for that one, I want to share one of my projects, and it will be a little bit, it's LinkedIn writing project that, if you see, it doesn't have many files. It doesn't have knowledge base. But because I dictated all my LinkedIn posts, they feel authentic and natural to me, and some people like them. But the way, for example, if I were to write a post, I would say, I want to write a post about 10 thought leadership quotes from me, something very interesting and that will hook people. My target is CMO. Look at all the content I have created and suggest 10 quotes. So I will dictate and I will see that quote will come up. So it's cross-device. The tool is absolutely amazing. And if I tell you, like, the number one tool that saved me a lot of time is definitely Wispr Flow. Like, it's number one tool that I will advise everyone to start using. Who is using Wispr Flow? I'm curious. Who is using Wispr Flow? Give me a thumbs up. Who is using any voice dictation tool? And yeah. Okay, I saw Sophie. Well done. There are some people. Yeah. This is like, your productivity will increase. It takes 10 days maybe to learn, to get into this mode, but then it's just absolutely incredible. Another tool that I will use, and this is a known one, but I think my tool is just amazing. I'll be sharing with you Granola. Granola, it's a meeting tool. How Granola is different? First of all, who joined these meetings where they had 10 fixer AI or 10 different meeting note taker tools that joining and you feel like a ghost? It's like, what is happening? It's just not joyful. Granola captures notes in the background and it doesn't join your meeting. So it just sits in the background. It's not joining you as a participant. That is beautiful. And then Granola has the most incredible tool that it has embedded a chat. So for here, for example, I can I can ask to do anything like write a follow-up email to Natalie with all the actions we agreed. So it will literally write an email based on the meeting note. I can also select different models. I can select different styles. I can train it. I can also extract the whole history, the whole transcript. I can use it for face-to-face meetings, although it's not high quality. And quite often I can also use it to capture just actions that I have from this meeting. And then it's imported into my task management tool. So this tool is incredible, and you can just think like how many things you can do with this tool if you are a coach. Okay, thank you, Winnie. I like the question about ethics. You would normally say to people, hey guys, my note taker is recording it in the background. What do you think? You would ask about it. But I think they will come up with something to show that it's recorded. And also just to share with you, when it is recorded, all you see is, so if I wasn't recording it, but if I were to record, you will see this, that it's capturing. It's the only thing that you see when it's capturing the notes. But it captures the notes better. It's also available for face-to-face. Although for face-to-face, I bought a Claude pin recently. Oh my God, I forgot about this tool. I'll share it with you. So why I bought this tool? Because I do a lot of face-to-face trainings. And in face-to-face trainings, I'm not stuck near my laptop. I will walk around the group. So Claude pin, I can put it here. And I can also use it for face-to-face meetings. For example, Granola, if it's a noisy restaurant, Granola will not capture notes perfectly, but Claude pin is incredible. The quality that I'm getting of recording and transcripts is incredible. So let's look at what other opportunities to capture value. So Wispr Flow, right? Email, messages, documents, CRM, post. You're going for a walk, you're creating a post, you want to write an email, like it's so many opportunities. It works across all software, right? That is the benefit. Granola is also like a meeting assistant that is working amazingly well for sales calls, for post-call follow-ups. For example, if you're a coach and you can create your agent that will be your supervisor coach, and you can upload all the recordings to your supervisor coach to give you feedback on your coaching. I find this idea fascinating. I don't have this, but I have a sales coach who coaches me on me becoming a better salesperson. But if you're a leader, again, what are the issues? How was my leadership style? Did I manage to motivate people? For content purposes, you can record everything you're doing and then extract content from that. This is the easiest way to create content on LinkedIn. So another app that people are using, and let me know who used Granola before, who used another meeting tool, and I'm sure there were a lot of people. For me, Granola is just much easier, and it has APIs and allows you to connect with other tools. Yeah, Notion, Gym, yeah, lots of tools. Like for me, the way I see it, it's like a car, right? Like if I like Lexus and you like BMW, we're still loving it. So another tool that I will be sharing with you, Gamma. Personally, as you can see, my presentation is in Canva. I love Canva. So interesting. AI, the worse is your skill, the more uplift AI gives you. And if you are already good at amazing or good at presentation, AI will not impress you. But if your skill are low, you will be impressed. Same as if I'm a designer and I look at AI designs and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But if you're not a designer, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. So let me really fast share with you how Gamma works. So Gamma creates presentation based on your outline. And I think what I would do here, I would look, okay, it created some, if you remember, I asked ChatGPT to come up with some of my thought leadership quotes. All of them are mine. I recognize them. Beautiful. Now I will ask to create free slides out, or maybe I even will use this output. I think it's good enough to create a presentation. So you use ChatGPT or Claude to create copy for you. Then you go into Gamma, you create new presentation. You can either generate with one line prompt. So in this case, you allow AI to generate copy and design. In my case, obviously, I won't do it because I'm like, this is what I want to say and this is my copy. Don't generate your copy. You can generate presentation, web page, social. I wouldn't use Gamma for web page, but definitely carousels. It's really good for carousels for LinkedIn. A lot of people are using it. So then I would look, yeah, I want traditional. I would say, and I think it's good. I would generate from notes or an outline. Yes. You see, I by the way, I'm using a free version. I don't have a paid one, but with paid you can use preserve the exact text and you can use more templates. So I think. So you can afterwards decide what is the style you want, what is the template, what is the imagery. I normally have 3D. Let's try line art. I find that let's do monochrome and retro. And let's generate. I find that when you pay, you're getting much better access to much better models. Your imagery is better and sleeker. But otherwise, I think it's good enough. You can export it afterwards as a PowerPoint. So it's truly. So whenever I go to AI Founder meetup, all presentations are Gamma generated, right? Like, and you can see because they do have a particular style. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. I don't know how it got to this, but that is a presentation that it was generated here in 2 minutes. And if you think it is incredible, we couldn't do it before. Caveat, Claude can generate presentations. ChatGPT can also generate presentations. They won't be at this level of beauty, but let's look at the use cases, because this use case is one of productivity. What can be more interesting is when you use it as repurposing. So you can create social media posts and one pager, but what is more powerful when you use it as a workflow? For example, the workflow that is very popular is Granola captures notes. Then there is Zapier, and this is kind of like a connector that connects all the actions together. Then you send notes to CRM. Then you trigger a follow-up email with the recap with next steps. Then there is a proposal agent that takes notes and generates proposal. Then this proposal agent sends everything to Gamma. Gamma generates presentation. So what you have 5 minutes after the meeting, you have an email follow-up to your client with the next steps and with the proposal that is beautifully designed in Gamma. So that is the workflow that is powerful. And the way I see it, you start with these tools one by one, you see the value, and then you link them into a workflow that is done for you automatically as soon as you know what is working well. So that is 3 tools that everyone loves. But now I want to talk also about the tools that we already have. We have all this. Like, look at Claude. Claude is a beautiful assistant that has a lot of benefits. And I'll share the benefits that I find unique and I really, really love. The first is project. Why do I like projects? Because it's shared context. It's a knowledge base, and it's a knowledge base that is continuously updating based on my preferences. And I can upload reference documents, but it can also learn with me based on the learnings that I have. So let me share with you some of my chats, particularly for everyone who asked me about LinkedIn. So I am not good at writing. I'm good at messaging. So I feel like I'm good at coming back with some fun concepts. And I created this project that has there are some instructions saying you are editor for LinkedIn copywriting. There are no knowledge base because I started from scratch and I started, 20 days this year. I was like, I'll be serious about LinkedIn. And so every chat is me fine tuning with Claude what I like and how I like it. So, and every chat works as a knowledge base for Claude to know what I like and also for Claude to know what I don't like. So now we have the whole base of it's another one, how I like it and what I don't like. And every time Claude gets better and better. You can use projects in ChatGPT. I don't find personally that ChatGPT is good at learning as Claude. Claude is much better at learning. ChatGPT is still, oh, you asked me for that. Let me give you why. I'm like, I didn't ask you for why. Give me a. But Claude is much more obedient and it works for me. And another project that I wanted to share that is structured differently for everyone who wants to structure the project. That project it was an experiment, not really successful. I tried to automate my LinkedIn content comment writing because I get lots of comments. I uploaded some of here are my comments, here is what I like and the language I like and my messaging, and I still don't find that it captures the whole totality because every question is so different and every answer is so nuanced and so human. I don't think it's working for me, but otherwise, project is a good way to start. Yeah, Gemini Pro, as I say, it's a preference, but as soon as you have a project, just for you to know, like there is shared knowledge between chats if you activated it, and it's good enough. But in projects, I think that memory becomes like even more exciting. Another tool that I use is Claude in Chrome. I use it rarely because for me it is slow, but I want to show it to you to see where we're going. Claude in Chrome shows where we're going and what our life will look in 1 year, maybe even less. For example, here I had an email from Gavin. Gavin sent me a very long email, right? And I was like, okay, I need to reply. I use Claude in Chrome. So I'll ask can you reply to Gavin's email and suggest next steps? I didn't read the email, so we will see. So Claude Chrome will get control of my desktop. It first will think, then it will come up with the plan, and then I will have to approve the plan, and then it will literally write an email. I think I normally say draft an email. So let's see if it decides to send. I normally don't allow it. It's also sometimes drafts email here when in fact I would prefer to draft within the window. And you can see why it is frustrating because it's literally 1-2 minutes and I'm like, okay, it was good. Okay, drafted email. Oh, darling, it's a long email. You don't draft such a long email in Victoria's Well, but you got like, imagine if I have a skill that tells exactly how to draft email. I have a tool that can do it. Another thing that I find quite useful, particularly if you're a small business, this is my kit. Welcome to my kit. It's email service provider. You can get Claude. Here, I don't, by the way, Google Analytics, I tried on Google Analytics. I didn't think it was good, but here I can say, can you analyze my emails, automations, and one-off emails and advise me on all improvements? I'm particularly interested in what subject lines work the best. Create a Google Doc with an analysis and recommendations on the next campaigns that I should send. Okay, this will take a little bit of time, but it will literally create a Google Doc with analysis of, okay, first, this is a like. it tells me, this is my plan. Go here, analyze performance, identify, I approve the plan. I really like that. And I'm here having here's ask before acting because I'm a control freak. And so now it takes screenshots, it will literally analyze and create a Google Doc, and we will come back to it and see what it come up with. But last time when I tried, I thought it was quite a good outcome. Again, if I were to say, will I use this tool now again, quite often, occasionally for analysis? But I think it's important to understand where it's all going. Like, what is the future of us having really unique and personalized agent doing things for us, and it can schedule, email, research, page analysis. I was thinking about Fred, like you can put your landing page, click Claude and Chrome and say, analyze my landing page, tell me what is working, what is not performing. Same for LinkedIn profile, and it will literally rip apart your scenario and tell you everything is not amazing. It can also data extraction, form automation, like it's just powerful. It is just slow for my liking, but we're getting there. Another thing that I really like in Claude is pre-built connections. And on that one, I'll share, for example, one of the automations that I have with my CTO partner. So we have a tool that tracks our tasks, and there are many of them. There is Monday, there is Jira, but in our case, we do have a linear that is a little bit more beautiful. So what I can do now, I can, and let me show you my linear, if I have it open. Absolutely beautiful tool. So I have all the actions, all the issues, all the backlog, and you don't set up it manually. The way you do it, like we have a meeting that is captured with Granola, and then in this meeting I will go and I will say, where is our last meeting? And I will ask, can you sum up the actions? I'll say, can you sum up all the actions? It will sum up an action, and then I will just drop. Sorry, it just gets control. You see, it gets control of my desktop. It will just sum up the actions, and then I can say here, can you add an action called test love to our linear project? This action is for Victoria, and it's part of OOP project. So obviously, it's a test. I don't want to bulk create lots of actions, but what it will do, this connection, I will need to, I allow it to connect with my linear. We can also see all issues here, and it will just create one more task. It's currently, as you can see, a little bit manual. You can absolutely automate it. For me, the question is like, how much automation you need and how useful it is. Currently, we have 2 free meetings a week, so it's quite good to do it manually. And I love the fact that you can have bulk upload if you have a big meeting with lots of tasks. It's empty, okay. Yeah, it created test love action. It gave it here, but I'll show you something else also, because my CTO, I gave him a task to my CTO to do geo research, and I wake up in the morning and I see I have Casper doing a task, and I was like, who is this Casper, and like what is happening? So apparently he during night he created an agent who is managing other agents. So now he said to me, hi Victoria, I'm Casper, I'm ad assistant. I'll be here helping you and doing tasks on Ed's behalf. So this is a different level. so maybe one day I also will have a Casper who does all the actions for me. And this is a different next level of automation. I think, guys, I will have to stop this one because I see my kit automation is simply trying to take hold of my dashboard, that is slightly annoying. But if you test it for yourself, you will see that Google and Chrome will create an analysis for you for everything you do, and it will be amazing. And on other side, if you are curious to build your own, because I asked him how he built his assistant, he built him in Claude bot, and that is a new personal assistant that can manage other agents. That is exciting. This is the next level of automation when you have agents. But all it's starting with pre-built connectors, right? And Claude has pre-built MCP, so you can connect it to so many other software and automate your processes. I'll jump very fast into ChatGPT. I still love ChatGPT, and I still create a lot of custom GPTs for my writing, for example, or for consumer insights. I still do it, and I find them useful when there is a particular tone of voice that I want to imitate. I find that custom GPT is not good for content, for knowledge base, but it's just good for automating your tone of voice. And another tool that I'm using quite a lot, it's called Atlas. Atlas is the browser. There are two browsers on the market, Atlas and Comet. I'll show both of them. Atlas is owned by OpenAI. It's part of the ChatGPT. So I have my use cases are quite limited here. I watch lots of YouTubes. I have no time to watch YouTube. So what I will ask Atlas is to summarize. So Atlas will summarize YouTube for me. But then because ChatGPT knows all my content, I normally, what I also do, I ask a question, and the question is, based on what you know, I know, tell me what is insightful. What would I find insightful? What will excite me? And then it's even much better content. So yeah, so it will give me a really good this. I use it sometimes for educational slides, but I also use it to decide, oh, this is the only section from here I want to watch, and I just watch that one rather than watching the whole 32 minutes of the video. So Atlas can also shop for you. If you connect Atlas to your Amazon, it can shop and select tools, select the best books. That is a useful application. So this is ChatGPT. How we are doing? Yeah, this is what is possible with productivity hacks, but and productivity wins. But now I want to talk more about like more serious use cases, like if you're in marketing or sales, what you could do. First of all, is content automation is the most used use case. All you need is database of your knowledge. The more of this you have, the better information you will create. And here the companies like HubSpot, like SEMrush, companies that had a lot of content written, now they are booming because they can use that content and create even more content based on their knowledge and repurpose and recut it based on customer demand. And here is generative engine optimization content that is booming. So the issue that I see with some of my clients is what I call data readiness. They're not ready for AI. They have their Google Analytics is a mess. Their naming convention is a mess. The events are not clear what event is firing. They have no knowledge bases. They have nothing documented. So there is nothing you can feed into AI to make it to make useful content. But for SEMrush, that is like AI writes first draft, human edits, AI learns from edits over time. This is very useful. There is a learning mechanism. I like to call it brand brain. And for every client, I create something that is a RAG system that is brain brands that continuously learning from what is wrong. And this is how you create content. And it can be anything, guides, copy, training materials, webinars, as soon as you have your unique content as a knowledge base. Another use case, it's a silly one, but people are always asking me about this one. So I started LinkedIn and I realized that my post with my photos are performing better. And I thought, oh, I even said to Fred, let's do a photo shoot. But then I took this Hicksville and I trained an avatar on my photos. The input was professional. So now I can generate any photo of me on anything like what I want, like smiling, laughing, just what is aligning with my post. And I find it mega fun. I find it just playful. But also you can generate posts, not only creatives, not only for your LinkedIn, you can also generate them for your ads. And here I have even a prompt that you can use. If you have your product and reference, you can create quite decent visual on Gemini. And here is example company. This is quite often when I was doing brand photo shoot. I will have one photo, and then I was like, oh, I need a different angle. I want him to do this. I want him to run. Now, if you have reference photos, you can create multiple other photos. Caveat: as soon as your initial photo shoot with this model included that, you need a special right from a person, an agency to do it. To do it. So I created my AI avatar. And I quite documented my journey on LinkedIn. There are a lot about it. So V1 was terrible, absolutely terrible. V2 is still okayish, but I'm not proud. I'll share it with you now.
Right, let's talk about reverse prompting. This is a technique where you look at any output, whether it's an image, copy, code, or video, and work out what prompt likely created it.
So she speaks with a little bit of Australian accent, but she's quite aligned to how I look. It looks quite natural. Now I'm working on the free of avatar, and I did a professional video shoot to feed the model. So the better is the content you feed the model, the better is the output. This is the biggest learning, I think, of this webinar. And AI avatars are booming. Salespeople are using it in the sales pitching. There are agencies who send monthly reports with a CEO commenting on report that is an avatar. Educational content. In my case, I did it as educational content because my course, I try to maintain it up to date, but AI is changing so fast. I can't re-record the content every week. But I have AI Victoria, and she can. She is quite good at it. Another area after I think marketing is the most impacted area. Second one is ops and customer care, particularly.
Hey,
and I wanted to share this one because, thank you. I attended one webinar and a bank was showing a voice agent as a case study, but I was like, what was that quality? Just the quality wasn't there. It was quite still very, very robotic. I think avatars are getting there. 11 Labs is the company that is getting us to next level of what is possible in terms of voice. But I also want to think about applications, right? From receptionist to retention and agent. I talk to a lot of marketing companies that have very complex product, right? And if your product is complex, it's quite challenging to explain it in email. And sorry, emails have 25% open rate. Who cares about email? So a retention, a welcome or onboarding agent that calls you, it's an incredible case study. And for Fred, maybe you would like to get your clients a support after they leave you, and it will be your agent, and they can get some wisdom or a practice. Or like there are so many applications with AI. But I want you to hear and in the live environment, by the way, I normally call Riley and I grill him.
Hey, this is Riley, Fame's AI virtual assistant. How can I help?
Hi, I'm hoping I can book a meeting with Fame sometime this week.
Sure, I can help with that. Can I get your name, please?
My name's Ed.
Great to meet you, Ed.
Yeah, and it's going like that. You see, it's quite fluid conversation. I think the tone of voice for my liking is not polite enough. That was like, oh, if I were you, if it were me, I would do it polite enough. It's one of my
Hey, this is Riley, Fame's AI.
this is one of my technical partners who built it, and it's a proof of concept. And all the agent does is books a meeting and talks to person, but it's very fun to call him and say, hey, are you a human? And try to grill or joke and see how it reacts. It's a little bit serious on a tone of voice, but works well. But let me give you an example how people use this. And this example of Klarna, huge company. So they wanted to gather customer feedback. We know how difficult it is to get customer feedback. So they cloned the voice of the CEO. And now you have avatar trained on CEO voice, and you have a number you can speak, you can call and speak. Like imagine if you say, give us your feedback, blah, 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 no one wants. If you say, hey, our CEO, I would like, you can call and talk. And it's quite addictive, by the way, talking to, to agents. And they got so much feedback. Honestly, they just loved it. And they're also not known for the implemented AI in their customer care, and everything is automated from answers, drafting, and resolution of the issues. I find this is just a beautiful use case. Let's talk about sales. Okay, we will jump to some easier use cases, something that you guys can do, and something that is quite easy to implement. I had to open my LinkedIn. That's why my LinkedIn today is booming. So I said to my CTO, I want to be better at sales. He said to me, here is an agent. I was like, thank you. That's not what I asked, but I don't know Petro, but he wants to connect with me. Imagine I want to outreach Petro. So this is Comet, and this is a shortcut. Think about it as a skill or as a custom GPT is the same. Why I use Comet? Comet is Perplexity browser, and Perplexity is the best at research. So I created a mega prompt that allows me to it's prospecting, behavior, analytics, and predictive. It is trained on my services. And it basically tells me who is a Petro, what is his power score, how ready is he to buy services. So it is hot because he's hiring and he has fresh funding. It does some prediction. Response probability is 55, meeting likelihood, champion. So it also tells me what is his style. He's analytical, expressive. I know how to talk to him. He likes narrative but likes data. He tells me what is his Myers-Briggs, how is decision style, what will give trust to him. It tells me quite often what words he's using. If we know in NLP, if we use the words of a person, we convert them better. It tells me what is happening in his life. He has precede. I hope Pietro doesn't mean that. So it tells me quite a lot about this person, pain points, what he did before, what is his bakers. I think I will trim down that analysis a little bit more. But at the end, it also tells me what are the if I want to connect with him manually, what I can write to him to connect with him. So that is an opportunity that is beautiful. And if I were Fred, how I would use it. So first, I would go to ChatGPT, maybe agent. I will upload all my clients, and I'll say, ChatGPT agent, analyze my clients. Tell me what is my ICP? What is unique about them? How I can identify them? Why they're coming to me? And I'll try to really nail down my ICP. Particularly, I think there are some messaging topics that people can even talk on LinkedIn about meaning or impact or authenticity. So that will allow to nail ICP. And then I would ask also ChatGPT to come up with 20 more ICP people like that. And then I will outreach them via LinkedIn with personalized messaging. That is like the manual workflow with AI that anyone can use and to generate leads. And then when you nail the manual one and you know what is working, then you can automate. And there are tools that automate LinkedIn outreach. There are tools that automate email outreach. It's all possible. But I find that until you have a manual system that works, all you're automating is low quality automation. And all of us are getting these random messages that are like irrelevant. So I always start with manual work and automating something that is working rather than automating for the sake of automation. Another things that I really, really love, it's personalized demos. And I like this company, Harvey. They are AI native and they work with lawyers. So instead of sharing some random demo, they build an agent that creates personalized demo for a client. Obviously, client is impressed. And obviously the closure and the discussion. And important is, what would you change? Is it anything that is wrong? How would you do it? So they not only get lawyers really excited, they also get feedback for the product. And obviously they close incredibly. How can a coach use it? Right? Again, you can say, can I research my client before first meeting? And can I come up with some kind of maybe questions or things for them to consider based on my research? Like personalized demos, I find this powerful. I share a case that I really loved because it saved me time and it got my team excited about AI. So I was giving a lot of, like, if you give the same feedback more than 2 times, why it's not an assistant, it needs to be an assistant. So I was at Vago and I was giving the same feedback to my team. So I just created a custom GPT that was called AI CMO Assistant. The team needed to upload a doc, get feedback, iterate on feedback, and then send it to me. Oh, saved me 5 hours a week for sure. And life was beautiful. So, what is all this about? I showed you some capabilities so you know what is possible, but what is coming. A lot of exciting things are coming. And I showed you some use cases. But the best use cases start with yourself, with your life, with what you're doing. Start small, find one use case, build confidence, implement it, put time in your calendar. It's literally like fitness, schedule it. Wispr Flow, it's absolutely a game changer for people. And never settle for first answer, right? Like it's not like if you're not happy. I wasn't happy with the report recently. I downloaded report, I re-edited it, I created template, and I said this is how I want it, and now I have report that I like. So never settle on that one. How do you identify use cases? I'm asked a lot. Repetitive, recurrent, rule based. If you can say when this happens, I do that, you can automate it. If it's recurring, makes sense to automate. And if it's repetitive. So think what you can automate in your life and audit your day, figure out what is repetitive. You can also ask, like I do this a lot, like I'm doing this, how can I do it better? And it will get you anything from, you can use ChatGPT up to, you can create an A10 automation or you can create an agent. And run experiments. I really love this idea of like, oh, let me try this. Let me try using ChatGPT to help me with lead generation. And then you say, did it work or not? And by the way, maybe 20% of my AI experiments are not successful, or they're successful, but I'm not using them because I just don't see the need for it. And it's okay. But at the same time, every use case unlocks something more in me and gives me a higher level. It's almost like building that six-pack outcome. And if you need help to accelerate your AI adoption, I do team trainings. And team trainings I do for leadership, for everyone in the team. But on the consulting front, on marketing roadmaps and agent build, I normally focus on marketing or content. I feel like although I know sales and understand it, my deep marketing expertise is just so powerful with agents. And this is what I like to harness. Currently, I'm working on geo automation. So I try to automate geo strategy, content creation, and authority building. So this is exciting. So let me know if you want to partner. And I have AI for marketing course. I know that Fred is doing it. So it's useful even for people who are not in marketing. It has a lot of use cases, and I want to bring more. People were asking me about agents, how to spec an agent, and I'm quite obsessed with AI native companies. So I'm giving a lot of things how AI native companies are doing it to drive that transformation. And please connect with me. I hope it was useful. Hope you enjoyed it.